Same top, same hair. I think you'd probably guess that I filmed this video the same day as the previous one. Because I'm lazy like that. Or I'm efficient. Depends on how you see it. Okay, I do apologize for the background noise. There are a lot of people at home today. You know, they talk loudly, typical Malaysians. So if you watched my previous video, most international students, and especially international students from Asian countries, tend to apply to major English-speaking countries like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So if you watched my previous video, you'd also know that I have personal experience applying to Australia and the UK, so my perspective on those countries are far more informed. But since this video isn't really on application processes or academic systems, etc., I'm going to talk more generally about how to decide what country you want to attend uni at and how to make an informed decision. So let's get into it. Before you decide anything, you need to pick your course first. So know what you want to study, do research on what kind of system suits your intended field of study. So do you think a major-minor system suits your intended field? A 3-year degree or a 4-year degree? How much time do you want to spend as a student? So in the UK and in Australia, you typically do 3 years for most degree programs. In Scotland or in America, you do 4 years. Most countries do 4-year programs, so I know Australia, England, and like Malaysia do 3-year programs. So depends on how long you actually want to spend studying. Do you want to do a professional degree or an academic degree? So some countries like the US require you to have a general college degree before you embark on a professional one at postgrad, so law and med, for example. Though some countries like Australia and the UK let you start professional degrees like law and medicine starting from undergrad. So it depends. Depends on how long you want to be a student for and how much money you're willing to spend, because it might get a little bit pricey to do a professional degree. It might get a little pricey doing a professional degree after a college degree, and it might save you a lot of time and cost on starting your professional degree from an undergraduate level. So it depends on you and you as a person. Next, once you pick your course, you pick a university. So in most cases, not all of them, the university you want to attend should precede the country you want to go to. In some cases, students will rule out certain countries though, because the system there or the culture there just doesn't suit them. Like for example, I ruled out American and Canadian universities because I didn't think the system there suited me. I'm not a big fan of American college culture from what I've seen, sorry. To help decide on a uni, most people open a league table. So Times Higher Education or QS top university rankings are good for international rankings. I'll link them down below, but don't rely on just one. Cross-reference them because they have different methods of judgment. For example, the QS league table, they rely mostly on surveys, and for Times Higher, they rely mostly on statistics. So don't completely trust league tables. Which kind of leads me on to my next point. Look up international student perspectives on studying at various countries. Go on YouTube and search oh my god, I can't talk. So go on YouTube and search international student perspectives on the uni you're interested in. Read up on articles or blogs written by international students about their time studying in a particular country. Search up testimonials on universities and college websites. There are tons and tons of international student testimonials on them because we bring in the dough. We bring in the money. Have you seen our fees? God. The words of international students and their personal experiences should be more applicable to you than anything a league table would tell you. So the next point I want to bring up is, do the entry requirements of that university in that country suit your country's do the entry requirements of that particular country suit, oh my god. Do the entry requirements of the university in that particular country suit your current country of residence's high school qualifications? That is a mouthful. For example, it's difficult applying to the US with A-levels, it's or it's difficult applying to the UK with an ATAR, it's difficult applying to the UK from America without AP. So those are just examples, and this is because unis in certain countries look for different things in the applicants, and most of the time this is influenced by their own schooling systems. But just because your qualification doesn't really fit the entry requirements doesn't mean it's impossible. It's still doable. Go to the university website, look under international qualifications, and then look at what they want from a student of your country. And I made a whole video about qualifications, so you should check that out. I'll link it somewhere. I don't know. I'm not techie. Lastly, is the country you're thinking of applying to politically stable? And this next point should precede anything and everything I've mentioned earlier. As in, if you were to go to that particular country right now, would you feel welcome in terms of your sexuality, your gender, your ethnicity, your religion? It's important to understand that the political climate of each country, especially with the way they treat immigrants and foreigners. So gassy. It's important to understand the political climate of each country, especially with the way they treat immigration and foreigners of particular ethnicities. So look at particular areas, cities, regions in those countries and their political climates, and weigh up where you feel safe the most. You'll still face discrimination anywhere you go, especially as an immigrant of color like me. But you should be the judge of how secure you'll feel in one place compared to another. I'm gonna get a little bit sappy here, but don't let the fear of racism, classism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, or any type of discrimination put you off from applying overseas. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to study internationally, and navigating oppressive structures, especially while studying at some of the top unis around the world, can be tough, but you'll be a stronger person for it. Anyways, that's it with this video. I think it's one of my more shorter videos. I didn't have a lot to say but I'm not sure what's going to be the next installment of my Applying Internationally series, if you want to call it a series, but hopefully you like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.